Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to my channel, WorldOfNikola. And today we're tackling PixelLab, a pretty cool A-Sprite extension that lets you make whatever you want, like literally whatever you want in the pixel art world. Like think backgrounds, full images, characters, rotations for your characters, animations. Like I don't even know what it cannot do at this point. So let's get right into it. The first thing I'll do is choose the size for the character. I tend to like 64 by 64, so let's go with that. So here you can see the PixelLab window, which you can open with a shortcut, which I made, or you can go to the Edit tab, PixelLab, and Open Plugin. Alright, so we're going to start by clicking the Create Small and or Medium Character. And here's my prompts. A shirtless, bald man wearing black boxers. Why?
Why?
Because this is the simplest we're gonna get, so we can make it even more complex later. Here you can have some outlining, shading, or detailing for your character, depending on what you're looking for. You have the target palette, or you don't have to use one. And that's used mostly when you have a certain color palette you want to use. But for this occasion, we don't. You can also do different output methods like new frame, new layer. But here we're going to modify the current layer. And as you can see, we asked it to remove the background for us, so we won't have to deal with that. Alright, so now that we're happy with the character we got, the first thing I'm going to do is to clean it up. Basically just remove what I don't like. Not to say that I'm right, because I'm not a pixel artist, but whatever I don't like, I just clean it up so we can have a clean character. So as you can see, I'm just, and here's another tool from PixelLab, which is called Reduce Colors. And basically it's because whenever PixelLab makes something, sometimes it gives you extra colors, like really close to the main colors, but it have like different shades of that certain color. So to reduce it, since we're doing pixel art, we use that. As you can see, I'm just fixing up some shadows and whatnot. And here I'm gonna fix the boxers because we don't really want a belt. I'm just cleaning that up, and we're done basically with that. So now let's move on to rotation. So the first thing I'm going to do is move the character to the bottom of the frame, just so we have specific position. And now we look for the rotate tool. As you can see, we have to set a reference image to know what object or what character we're rotating. Then we have to choose from what view to what view we're rotating the character. So you could even do from high top down to side scroller, and it will change the perspective of your character, and also from what direction to what direction. So in this case, we're doing south to east. And then we have similar options for the target palette and the output method. In this case, we're using new frame for the output method. Here we can already see that it's been rotated. It didn't do the best job ever, but here is where we get our hands onto it. The first thing we're going to do is retry it, because you can retry it, the same prompts or the same tool, and see if we get a better result. So as you can see, we got something different, a little bit more of a back that I don't really want, but I'd like the face a little better. So I'm just gonna clean that back up a little bit, just to go for something I'm looking for a little bit more. And as we clean this up, I'm going to show you why I'm cleaning it up. So when we go back to the settings, we can go ahead and use an init image, which is basically a reference image of what you want the output to look like. So we give that as a reference, and now we should be getting something closer to what we're looking for within that rotation. And we're still getting a hunched back, which I'm not really liking. So let's retry one more time and see what we get. Alright, so we got more of a belly now. I think we can work with that. So I'm gonna clean this one up a little bit, and I'm gonna get rid of the other two frames that we have, just so we're working with this one. But I think the model is a little bit confused because the character isn't exactly like super high topped out. So I think we might be able to get it done if we switch it from high top down to low top down in the firm view. Let's see what we get now. Sometimes that small setting could make a difference. And I'm already a little more happy with that. Yeah, it kind of looks like it's in the same perspective, right? So that works a little bit better. Alright, so now I'm just gonna get rid of the other frame and clean it up a little bit to my liking. Again, I don't claim to be a pixel artist because I'm not. I just want to make it look prettier to whatever extent I can. There we go. And next up, I'm just gonna duplicate the frame and hold Shift and H to rotate it horizontally. There we have our two views. Now we're just missing the north view, and we go from south to north with the same reference. Oh, and I think I made a mistake because I used the initial English as a reference. So that was my mistake. My bad, guys. But it will give us something. So let's see. Yeah, it gave us something. I know it's not perfect, but let me just clean this up a little bit. I know it's not even in the right, probably like perspective. We're gonna work with it. We're gonna have north, east, west, and south. Now we can move on to making a walking animation, guys. Just get rid of this. Yep, we got a full rotation. So let's go. So the first thing I'm going to do is press Ctrl B 3 times so we have 3 extra frames for each animation. Now I'm just going to tag it just so I know what the animations are going to be. So we're a little more organized. I'm going to tag each animation. As you can see, I'm making a 3 empty frame space for each animation. And this because we're going to use the animation tool to add those extra 3 frames. Alright, so we are going to be using the animate with text tool. There is another animation tool, but we're not going to use that right now. So let's give the character description: a bald man wearing boxers, as we did before. And now the action, which is basically the animation, which is walk, which was the camera view, the direction, and then we could generate. Oh, okay, yeah, we have to give it a reference image seen as the rotation tool. Now we go. Let's see if we can get it on the first try. And it seems like we did get something good. We got a pretty decent walking down animation. Alright, so now let's go to the next animation, which is going to be east. Yeah, east. And as you can see, we have to set the reference image again, and we generate. Now let's see what we got. I'm just going to clean up a little bit. I think one pixel that bothers me from the south animation, and that's about it. So yeah, as we get to see the results little by little, I can see one frame that I don't really like, just this one. But then there's this one that I want to clean up a little bit because it can work. I can see it. I have the vision for it. So yeah, let me just clean this up real quick, and then we'll move on to get the other frame. So we're not going to use that last frame. We delete it, and now we go back to the tool. As you can see, there's an empty frame, and we regenerate again. So we only get that one last frame. So we can see we're getting a little better of a walking animation for this side, and I'm much happier with what I'm seeing right now. But there's something off. There's something off that's bothering me. I'm not sure what. Alright, I found it. It's this frame. The head is in the same place and shouldn't be. So let me just fix that real quick. I'm gonna copy the third frame and put it in the first frame. And now it's looking promising. Now we got a walking animation. Like I said, I know it's not perfect. I know it can be cleaned up and done much better, but for a prototype, guys, this is as good as it gets. Now I'm gonna flatten all of this so we can have it all in one layer, since it's just the base. And look at it, we got a walk right animation. And now I'm just gonna duplicate that and do it for the walk left. quick Shift H to flip it horizontally. And there we go. We got a walking to the left animation. And now we're just missing the walking up. We're gonna repeat the same method, so set the reference image and just change the direction, and we should get something. Now that's something, we're gonna see if it's good or not, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. We've got at least one frame that works. And now as you can see, we've got a full walking up animation, but I'm just not liking one frame, which I'm gonna remove, and we're gonna try to in-paint one more time. We're gonna get that last frame for the walking up animation. And there we go, we got a full walking up animation. We got all the walking animations for each side, and we can start using this for small prototypes in whatever game genre you want. One last flatten so we can have it all in one layer, and we're done with that. And there you go, guys. That's how we can make a simple character and animate him with a walking animation. Remember, you can also do different animations like idle animations and whatnot. And there's many more tools that you can use within PixelLab, which we'll cover in the next video. So if you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that ring notification. And I'm out. Peace.